When I get this clean section, it's easiest to comb everything in the direction that I want to section it. And I'm going to place my finger where I want my section to end. And I'm going to put my comb where I want to begin. And I'm going to go ahead and just connect the dots. That gives me a nice, clean, easy section. Clean comb out so we can come back to this hair later and we don't have to struggle detangling. And we're going to clip it up nice and neat. Get her some cute little space buns. Take these E6s, I love to use these for wet cutting, nice precision cutting. We're going to start in the very center. We're going to establish a length for her. I always start right before the side of the hairline begins. So my first cut is going to be directly in the back while the hairline is still horizontal. And I'll work to the side after this is established. And what I'm going to do to get this length, I'd like to have them look down, and the reason I like to have them look down, you can look up for now, I'm going to show them. If I were to cut here, while she's looking up, and then when she looks down, what happens is all this length likes to change, and then you get these really fuzzy ends. So I want a nice clean perimeter, so I'm going to start with her looking down like this, and then we'll establish the perimeter. So that way we're not surprised by some crazy hairs at the end of our haircut here. I always like to cut with my thumb facing upwards. That opens up the palm, and that allows me to rest my scissor on my ring finger so I can get a nice steady cut. I'm going to point cut through this to get a nice soft edge so I don't have a very blunt line at the bottom. It'll be nice and full, but it just won't look too thick or blunt to where it's not really falling right for her. So once this is down, again, thumb up, palm out, and we're going to rest the scissor right on top of my ring finger. Just a nice little point cut. So then once that's done, I'm going to have her keep looking straight and down. I'm going to add some hair. I'm going to pull this straight down, and I'm just going to follow this guide to the side. I do want to create a face frame or some type of rounded perimeter. So for this next part, instead of working over the shoulder, I'm going to have her turn her head. So this is all about head position. And then I'm going to tilt her neck forward. So what that does is it allows me to pull this hair out at an angle, but compared to her head shape, the hair is actually coming straight down and it's not pulled out. Right? So we're just creating a perimeter here, and we want to be 0 degrees. So I'm going to pull this hair down, her head is turned, her head is tilted. Same exact technique. And we're going to point that nice soft perimeter. I'm going to add some hair. While she's still turned, we're going to bring this down, and we're just going to work all the way to the front. So now that she is in this front, I'm going to really work that head shape to my advantage. And still utilizing my ring finger to keep a stable scissor while I cut. So when she looks straight now, you can see that this end slightly went upwards, which is good because it gives me a nice rounded shape naturally. So now, she's going to look straight and she's going to tilt down so I can repeat the exact same process on the other side. Taking some of this hair, and I'm just going to follow my guide. Thumb is up, palm is out. Following this guide here. So really what I'm looking at is my fingers to be the line that I'm following. Once my fingers match that guide, I know I'm in the right place, so I can go ahead and cut from either side. This side or from the guide, as long as you're matching up in the middle. Okay. So now, I'm going to have her turn as far as she can. She's going to tilt. Perfect. It helps me pull this hair outwards a little bit, but it's actually 0 degrees compared to her head shape, or her head position. Thumb is up, palm is out. And that little guy. So we're going to look forward now, and we're going to check for balance. Everything's gonna come to the back, equally combed out on both sides. And if there's anything a little bit off, we can go ahead and adjust immediately. So that looks nice. I'm just gonna come here and we're just gonna slightly touch that up. If I can take this whole section down and cut with it, I'll keep it all down. But that's only if I can see a guide. If my guide's a little bit difficult to see, I might section that in a few more sections. So let's do that. We're just going to repeat this process all the way up to here until this perimeter is set. And then we'll move on into our interior layering, creating our face frame and curtain bang. Starting center back, inside the hairline on the neck. And we're going to have her look down one more time. And same exact process. Thumb is up, palm is out. Finding my guide, and we're going to use that ring finger to stabilize my scissor so I can get a nice, consistent cut. Her head position is going to change and do the exact same thing we did in the very first section, just to be consistent. So we're going to turn and we're going to tilt. Perfect. Very nice, straight, and you can see how that leaves a nice natural soft edge on the sides. So then let's go ahead, have her look down one more time. We're going to start this direction. Make sure you find your guide. Fingers are helping me line that up. And again, just ring finger helps stabilize my cutting. And we're gonna turn, and then we're gonna tilt. Thumb is up, palm is out. The reason I like to do that is because if my hand is flat and I go to get this perimeter, the first thing I wanna do is flip this out, and that changes a lot of different things within that perimeter. So if I start already flipped out, I don't have to flip out as I cut. It's already ready to go. So everything stays nice, straight, and smooth for me. Let's go straight. We're gonna check for balance one more time before we do this last part. I need to adjust my finger angle so I don't go too straight here on the side. There we go. Let's check the balance one more time, straight. Much better. Our guide's getting a lot thicker and easier to see now, so we're able to cruise through this last part of the perimeter. And balance one more time. It's looking good. Okay, so we're going to move on into our layers and interior work. This way? This way.